generosity, and other deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. So thank you all very much for coming tonight. And tonight may well be the conclusion of our 37 practices of the study of the 37 practices of the Bodhisattva by Ngulchu Thogme Zangpo. So before we get started, does anybody have any questions or comments that you'd like to make about anything that we've said before? Okay. So then
I
what I'm
do.
going to do is,
Jay.
what was that?
I just wanted to say thank you for the comment you made last time about having to monitor our how much we're involved in the news and the media and being that idea, reinforcing the idea that you want to be aware of what's going on so that you can participate in a helpful way, but you can't be so involved that it completely I think you said corrupted, overwhelms your practice and your ability to function. So I thought that was really well said. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, so I just like to read the homage to Lokeshwar. Let me screen share this. I'm setting up my screen, excuse me. There we are. So the 37 Bodhisattva practices by Ngulchu Thogme Zangpo. Homage to Lokeshwara. At all times, I prostrate with respectful three doors of body, speech, and mind to the Supreme Guru and the Protector Shenreze, who through realizing that all phenomena neither come nor go, make single-minded effort for the sake of all sentient beings. The perfect Buddha's source of benefit and happiness arise from accomplishing the sublime Dharma. And as that accomplishment depends on knowing the Dharma practices, I will explain the Bodhisattva's practices. So this is what we've been studying. So it's all on YouTube. So anytime that anybody wants to go back and review this, the comments that we've made and what Geshe La has his commentary on this, which has been excellent. And thank you very much for that, Geshe La, and for Yangshin's wonderful translation that has been so helpful to us. We wouldn't have been able to do this without Yangshin. So thank you very much. And so tonight are the two concluding statements here, the 36 and 37. So I'll read 36. It says, in brief, whatever conduct one engages in, one should ask, what is the state of my mind? Accomplishing others' purpose through constantly maintaining mindfulness and awareness is the Bodhisattva's practice. And number 37 is in order to clear away the suffering of limitless beings through the wisdom, realizing the purity of the three spheres, to dedicate the virtue attained by making such effort for enlightenment is the Bodhisattva's practice. So these two statements are the summation of the motivation for the 37 practices. So Geshe La, would you please bring your comments forth, and thank you very much.
Gisela sodruk da sobdu.
Laso. Sonju sodru da sodu ni dre do atang so. Ndona kamdu cholam Geshe Jampa rang semje ne ka chendra he jundu tenda he yin demba yendon drupa jase lane yin sen song do ane te oma te la ta ngowa te da 다 딘데 인도 네 단다 nganzo ta tring di jasen lani sodyunde sonju sodyunde la nganzo tos kora jame chi chandu hyore ta nganzo ke ngai ke sambala ngarang so tanda dawa chi ni skone ding go de chu jene tos pa de cheunde chamane debe ke dawa ni som nalo la so so ke shawa teni demba ya hyenra di shawa di sangu yos chonso ke khoda pada jene shewo jinde nyamdo la tonan te jene chonso ke samsu chokang wena tane loje yonjo ke samsu den rasons ane te nyamdo la nge chamo ke lojong ya por rayo res korang ke ju da te mise ke ta di kadin shembo hyo chogu dos
Thambu di gyuginda. Today marks the closure of our session for the 37 practices of Bodhisattvas. And then for the past couple months, I believe this is the best thing that I have done. And then this is like a really productive thing that happened to myself. I was able to like listen to your own y'all's comments, and then I have learned a lot, and then I was able to share my thoughts as well. So it was a really great past months.
ane chetan tanda di nganzo deji yorwa se mesinge suso lo trowa se ya yorwa ta suso lo gasho se ya na basi di chewonde ngaina di lama shichen tamba dende ke song yorwa dende ke song de la drilling che ya da suso ke gang sanu khokyo de mel phal la ya da megi dik sanu khokyo de kande sanu tangandu se ne tenala chul le cha le ya da ndi ngal tona hibuji te dos chana bat chama takara injures
Since us, we human beings have different ways of like considering the happiness, like based on like everybody's happiness point of view is very different. So to me, talking and then having discussion regarding like the one which we did, like those great teachings done by great lamas, I really like get a lot of joy while doing such. So I hope you all also was happy during the entire journey.
sho jine ndel trowa yuya ge jonsin chekhin ro ji de gar re do sene ndege soso ge song de nang lo la soso ge mche ge rintham de ji song go dos tambo ne mulu ge rintham chenpo de thola tama sha wa je bejo kawa tang go sene ji song go dos ane tende jine hyeon de ran sa ma che rang go khoyu thana mbu troma inche semje socha inche matsama da yin ba che tende kang ji song de junse tha tu na ran da yin sama dewan de pa da dunge mon de pa jing song yin ba kang ji song yin de zang ba ne ane yin le ne ba je ka ya da pen to je ya de chu du yan da ti kan le on de ane jing ne ji je to ro je na ne de ka du na ga la ji ten de re de ya ne ga zang ma yin ba
On the other hand, us finding joy while discussing this teaching, the reason could be like how in this teaching, it highlights on the importance of our life, and then including all living animals, like from small animals like ants to us, like how everybody is seeking joy. So this really helped us in showing us like how to be how to not harm others, and then like how everybody is seeking happiness on their own way.
근데 이제 제가 알아서 참마 때문에 시당 알아서 칼라 사연다보다 추동야 사연다보다 예사 기보 사연다보다 대사 기보 사연다보다 소 기보다 디스레샤스 기보다보다 기본 또 장지레스다 또 베디 기보레 춘 상금도 기휴된디 딜 상노 타야단 디기 디스치 가르세고 라네케 투야한다보다 근데 중나 지큐디 뭐는 더 초대가 도스 제 넘버 지기지기 나로 제스 때레도 뭐 따로 제스
Also, the food we eat, the water we drink, all those could bring like some happiness, but those could be like for a very short term. So yet practicing the 37 practices like into our daily life, that would really bring us the long-term happiness which we all are seeking. So you guys can also try practicing, and then you can like take a look on it, and then if it's really helpful, then keep practicing.
Degi lojong de dan dele samno che tang thoro che pa ina jipo ina ya jipo chö sun sing do la dupo ina ya dupo gi hiu chun jumba ina dupo gi hiu chun nie ma hya wa che ne dupo de le khate cha thu ya ten de yung go dos dan di ten de yung ba son dan de cha chim bo hiu zhe gi yo sho jin.
And then being able to think and practice on the 37 practices of the Bodhisattvas could really turn us into like how the small happiness which we find could be like a bundle of joy when we feel it, or like the sadness things or the unhappy things which we face could be turned into a really small, like a sad moment, like for a really short duration.
Dan ne tang kawa ji le ba ina sa sho kawa le ba ina deso kandri ji le ba ina ndi sun chu so ding ge nyang ne te so so da kha ma de wa che ne kang thu chu thu ka da tu le ta ne che go sam san da wa chi ngan cho ge te che thu ro che pa ina an ngan cho lo ti so so ta ji gyo pa men jo chi ta chi kang ye men jo chi kang ye khari im ba ne chu ru zo ya chi ten di yung sa res.
Wherever we are, or whatever kind of situations we are in, please try to practice these 37 practices so that this would really help us in like minimizing our troubles and problems which we face, and then maximizing the small happiness which we find.
Tende nganzo tari tenji jang chapari tene ne yangjo che namba zo nangju lama she che tamba yanda tende ke son nyingyo yo sara tende nyero che es muntu ne tende yangji kare kare tucho yo di yangjo zik deya ta yangjo sano tang deya ta yangjo yang lama she che tamba yinga son nye che ne hi tsar ten ro res tende che thoro che na.
Since we had like we are coming to an end of our session over the discussion for the 37 practices, yet please keep listening over to like other great lamas who had shared their thoughts on this practices, as well as like you can recap these and then try to keep the practice.
Tangi di tsidi hyugen da shamaji tangi don jang warda jasen lani sunju songa padun ro chane ta tami tajwe le Ngulchu Thogme Zangpo ke ngarang cholo chu kar song go ra sena dor na sa ta kang ta tra je po mambo song sar wa ta lunga yi song go jolang khatang ta yen le khate cha tang ta yen te na lo la so so la shambo jenge ta shambo ma jenge ta so so pha ya po je ga sa ma ta ya po ya daw yin jo se go re ta ji tende da wa ta chang ma le kang da man ta cha 갑다 뒤다 내가 간제질을 내봐 이나야 다지 샤워 두당 참아지 손차러와 다티 손차된 디 탐에 타줘데 가르서 모르잖아 너르나스 단도 듄이 휴바이나 동지 잡아이나 내가 유튜브 간다질을 제바이나야 랑그 쫄란데 가르치기도 랑그 상호데 간다지 땅거도 텐디티라 수소고 혀다 땅네 아니 준도 텐다 희기 덴바 인소로 아니 랑그 쩌맘다 랑그 고송게 샤와데소라 따지 제게 제네 아니 텐다 희기가 바요게 소신제네 템보제네 아니 두고야 되네 연도 두고야 되네 자세가 라레 레스 다 연다 참 연도 마임비게네 레드한테 소텔라 다 파티스 섭저제네 파 유고레 소야데레샤.
And then now coming to the verse 36, our author Ngulchu Thogme Zangpo is basically trying to summarize all the previous verses. So the 36th verse is, in short, basically to summarize, no matter where like you are, or no matter what like one might be doing, always examine the status of your own mind, like your own thoughts and everything, and then with continuous mindfulness and then alertness, always bring out the good of others, like the altruistic mind.
Ana chetan ta de sonrwa de son cha de zambane ta tsu sunju sodyu badi kar songo yorasana tetar chembe dupi gewa nam serwa ta wone tane Ngulchu Thogme Zangpo khori cha ya ba ina ya jase lane sodyu te hitsapu jene khori ke lojong che yen zan chu lojong che ne rang jutho la nyamne kantu chitu de ke 강투 찌투데 깨네 수소로 펜토 요바데 첸 제네 어느 콩리게다 딜마 이게 나랑 솔라다 덴데 제나 케펜 덴다 누다세나 나랑 솔마 두스 제네 어느 오 가르세오레 나랑 솔마 레힌다오데 마 남버와 다 덴데게 다 난초 이나야 다른 게 다와니 송지 링가라 어느 원에 자네 차진 지금 추전이를 송래서 파비죠 담제네 되선 대강라 땅 로존 대강라 제 삼노 땅 나랑서 지기 지는 원에 고양보 토네 수소가 삼수 제len 제 된데게 제견 쪽에 딱 개와 같이 요바 참마대 해서다 아니 개와 간 요바 참마대 로와 센제 지 말에 니 말에 딱 나랑서 나기게 대완도 봐도 등에 문도 봐 차참 그 셈제 강요 봐 참마겠다 등에 대 짬이 줘야게 체도라 아니 코선 남바타비 헤르게 아니 조비 샹주주 공바토야 그 졸이야 오기 인소다
Okay, goes. And then the 37th verse, Ngulchu Thogme by like Ngulchu Thogme Zangpo had studied and then practiced the 37 verses by himself first, right? And then by understanding with his practices and then the studies, by understanding, he wrote these 37 like practices, these advices to us. And then us during the past 2 to 3 months, we had studied and then spent our time on this practice and then exchanged our thoughts and all these things, right? So all the good deeds that gained through like making efforts in these ways, and then with the wisdom that is purified entirely by the three conceptual spheres, so that we would be able to like minimize the suffering of all the sentient beings.
제자다 고선 남바타비 헤르게 장중와 자세라니라서 당아랑 쪽에 군에다네 다리게 최 제당의 차네 안전 남비 최다 십비 최다 지지메시 있어야 되게지 해고 문두스 당안저 쪽에 샘 장에 들어와서 샘라 멋지 바다 무고야 대소리데 파유 고야다 대소리데 수 중에 들어서 당안저 라네 연하면아 자세 산주sembe 라네 세나 데레스다 대인바 송장 안속에 다리게 최쇼고 로종 전조대 토미그 군호 야보 여봐 어느 바르돌라 나랑 중원에 다니게 지 전주당 지 삼바다 조와게 어느 지 베겔라 로종 집에 그 방리 때소대 파신 두개 천백게 다지 자세 상주sembe게 랑데소로 바 방리전에 잠바 어느 대 잠비게 개외 짜와데 탐에 타주들은 주고 모아 여봐 아니지 용은 주소 창조야 보시오지 레소 상거도스.
Okay. And then our ways of practice here, it doesn't matter whether like what kind of religion it might be. Over here, we are focused on studying the mind. So our like first initial intention was really good, right? Thinking like hoping for helping others and then all these things in a really generous way. And then our in progress was by following the 6 perfections, like the 6 parameters. And then our final product would be the good deeds or the virtuistic act of all these things. So I believe like our practice within the past couple months was really very productful.
다시마지 티 츠딜라 타마딜라 자센란리 소드나 마이비기 Ngulchu Thogme Zangpo 데브데 가르티이메 Tusan Kandiji game, Kasanga to what you less, so that deal Tata land the linguist.
And then the next like now we have completed the 37 verses and then the remaining the paragraphs are like the reason for him writing the 37 practices of the Bodhisattva.
Tadi Karasongorasana, Doju Tenjunale, Sombi Dance, Tamban Namchi Song, Jenrane, Jase Namchi, Lane, Sunju de, Jase, Lamla, Londe, turn to turn to girls and the Kanda Tesombar. The Karasongorasana, Ngulchu Thogme Zangpo, Narangi, Jase, Lane, Sodin, Matusi, Chenambatsol, Heade, Tusi, Yitriade. Kare sepa inasena nege ranzo tende ke mayins ngarang sazo tende ke mayins san chu kung tusa de sanji imba sonsa sanji ke ndo ta juche ane ten nangji ke jaga nalen ta pindu chudu ke tenjo che de so na no ngi hitsapu lojon che ne nenga henjo de so changma de ane pena kepa tamba mambo ke ana song la pa dus lojong che ne techo ke jeson rang che ne ana techo ke song yang jo de so ke nyanga de himbi ke to ne ana ngarang ke ma ko de bonda che ne tab de bonda che ne ana rani sunchu so dyu de ana jase ke lamla lon de nge ta techo tanda dun de nge techo ke che do ne ngi tiba yins.
Okay, so these practices is not something the author Ngulchu Thogme Zangpo wrote by himself. He goes like, this is not something I wrote by myself. This is based on the Buddha's teaching, and then which I had studied based on like many other great scholars and their teachings as well. And then I came into the conclusion of these practices. And then I wrote down these practices to those people who wish to follow the Bodhisattva path.
This one, then did see this than younger huge race. Did see the younger carresana, Shetang answer Tisang Mandawina, Zamblin din Rotando Chepaina, Sazota, Sazonta. Anachi Pesanda Hotel, Gabuchigrella, Techepaina, Jantan Tigravas. Sanjig Chukan Leon de Zambane, Sanjig Masonjo Chitan. Sanjig Songanjo Tenema, in June Joga Jaga Pinduka Hamagonjo Chik, Machig Saton Chini, Chewe, Chun Meba the Tingo recently. Karisana Masana Chug Tony, Yanle, Chen Tokyo Nangi, Yanle Chimarchiki, Jenny, Rani Kuchan Sama, Meba Cha, Yente Sama, Yoba Changi, the Sanji Koran race. They didn't ma Koran Jinjupa, and when it on an Nalanda Kepat sort of Kepat of Pebbles. They took Yane Kan Yopati, Chimachiki, that Chu Kanditi in a kum de solo tunin rocomato, de solo kun matubachene, Chu Savaji Levina, the Chu Anta Chagmar, some such things, that Chus and a same Jean Levina.
And then I believe like this point is very important as people these days like us born into this era of the world, like we follow what is trendy and stuff, right? Everybody like how everyone sets things as trend and stuff. So this verse clearly shows like how there is no way like someone would be able to write like how Buddha's teaching is the origin, like where he has like many followers, like the great scholars from Nalanda and then many others, right? So which is why like the origin is very important.
Chezang Tandang Ansoya, Sanji Jason Royata, Nalenda Kipi Jason Royata, Tenene Perkepanang Jason Royatia. Konso kan laba tagaran real and royalty mares nganso sem kan la so when it tane Rwanda will lay at Yamyunda will lay at Ndiki Chetola nganso ke the country song yosare the ment country song yosare chini hinju chini repeat ke taje gone manso ten ro chini tada so ke sen ngune thane ke marno wache sema ke tha ju enjo chi rasuna ane nyamne kan ro yores.
And then to this day, like us following the teaching of the great Nalanda scholars and then all those great Indian scholars and Tibetan scholars, we are not just following them and then studying the teaching like blindly, right? We are also analyzing it by ourselves and then keeping it to practice, and then once it's like applicable and if it makes sense, then we tend to practice it. So
Tende imba sonzang anzo tambo te badu sam tama gom se ware. Ane tende imba sonzang aranzo tepa de tambo jache tepa mangdo zesene tando anzo anjo de kasa kale sejene keba mambo zane danga mambo nyeyanda nilu da junsen teso hingoya de la bezon chegoya de peke chimbur hes.
Anybody kalembe some gom lana khandilo okay.
Te sam gom.
So this first one would be hearing, like, which is very important. Even us, like, despite learning the 37th practices, like from these translations, we can still learn it from more. So hearing, like listening from other are also important. The second one would be like thinking about it, thinking about the verses which was being taught. And then the third would be meditating or like analyzing it. So like the three important things. I don't know if this is really the right way of saying it, like hearing, like listening over and then thinking, and then finally like meditating and analyzing on it.
Ta digi di songdwa lodre menhi tsitama devada lodre menhi jamba chumi sharas kepa jepe dejo manchi chamun songre. Ta digi Ngulchu Thogme Zangpo khori ge nebo ju songwa ta digi ngala ane herab ta ripa deso ya hebo hyu chenpo dende ke mes ane nge ke zendru ya hebo dende ke che mes dende yinpa songzang ngala ane kepa ta men namcho ya nge deso karase kore ko thul baya ta yabu chungi xa seya ke dende gaso yunga ke dende ke nga yigi titang ke ane Geshe ni jipo jatang tende ya ke mes yina ya nge kar che yose na samji ke song tang ane tene ne jaga kepe tenjo te so la ten che ne nge ku ngone chane ke jasi shangchu sembe lane te noya menjo choya menjo ten chi nge che namba chola xe ya yose ta.
Okay, and then coming to the final verse, Ngulchu Thogme Zangpo, the author, is saying that since he had studied the practices, but he had like studied it in a really like a very studied very little, and then he had written these practices not to like impress someone with his writing skill or like in that way, and then I do not know like how to impress yet. I have relied on the teachings of other great scholars, and then on the Buddha teaching. I had relied on the advices, on these advices, and then the 37 practices which I have written like came into picture, like it came into life by relying on all those things. So that's how he wrote this.
Wencha jase choba labchena lome dandi timba kawi shar nga tam mande laso nyepe cho tamba nanju zopan zeto so sedu tsambane jase lani so dungi ige de tidu tsambane ane jase ki shanshu sembe ke choba de so de ane pete timpo kapo hiware es ane tende imba sonza ane ngeke de tidu kapo solan gawa shonjon rawa ta njewa manjon rawa menjo rawa ta kanda nonchun rawa kare duba ina ane gunda shugo yo zopan zero ches.
And then while writing the practices of the Bodhisattvas, if I have made any mistake or like or yeah, well, basically if I have made any mistakes, I apologize and then please bear with it.
다 타메 타주고 돈 데려다 델레 좀이 기윈 로와 군송로와 나랑서 자세 라네 소드인테 로종 제바다 코리게 종바다 안솔레 헤바다 안솔게 냠바 되게 gewi tege gewa katsu yopa ina gewa tege anan rowa kun ana tanda kunzo shamchu sencho kese de shamchu ke sem de la namba ni yor ta bodhisattva de la tanda shamchu ke sem da kunzo shamchu ke sem ser kunzo shamchu ke sem se de nganzo tangi dire sanji je kompa thomde ko lo de ana tanda shamchu ke sem se de toni topi toni ngoson to topi hero ige ya papi ke sa de so la toni 따다 첸딩의 로딜을 송거래. 오 디니게 아니 상주게 센 디니게 아니 만소 코알라 시비게 타 코알라 메네파 히위게 타 냠데라 메네파 아니 산지지 공파 토야게 진리 징다보다보지 집과 차야게 던데지 줄은 로와 효시 왔다 저 스타보 차서
이나 패치 도디로지 고츠서. And then us studying the practices and then the author writing the practices through whatever merits and the virtues which might have been gained, may all the sentient beings would be able to like attain the Buddhahood through bodhicitta. And then Geshe stated that bodhicitta also could be like categorized as like two different ways. Over here in the translation, it says like relative and absolute, and then one would be like having to gain the Buddhahood, like that mindset, and then the other would be like with mindfulness and alertness. So that's what he like differentiated. So through this, like may we be able to like achieve something like achieve liberation in a way like which would come somehow equal to like Lord Avalokiteshvara. Yeah.
뭐 다가이 돈제 제셔마지 응?
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. So these are the four these are the four stanzas that follow number 37. So just to make sure that everybody is familiar with how it's written, Geshe La has just given a very good explanation, but just for our own benefit to be able to go back and look at this, I'll read this here. Here's number 37, and following that it says, following the speech of the sublime ones, of the meaning of the sutras, tantras, and their commentaries, I have written the 37 Bodhisattva practices for those who wish to train on the Bodhisattva's path. Due to my inferior intellect and poor learning, this is not poetry that will please scholars. Yet, as I have relied upon the sutras and the speech of the sublime ones, I think the Bodhisattva practices are not mistaken. However, because it is difficult for one of inferior intellect like myself to fathom the depth of the great deeds of bodhisattvas, I beseech the sublime ones to forbear my errors, such as contradictions and incoherent reasoning. By the virtue arising from this, may all sentient beings become, through excellent, conventional, and ultimate bodhicitta, like the protector Shenrezig, who does not abide in the extremes of existence or peace. So I'd like to ask everybody to make some comments on this. Would be very, very good. So let's begin with our brother, Dharma brother, Bernie, would you, do you have any comments or questions or observations that you'd like to make, Bernie?
Well, okay. So practicing mindfulness is, in this specific instance, means mindfulness of keeping the Bodhisattva vows, I imagine. So it says to accomplish others' good, which of course that's the purpose of the Bodhisattva vow, which is to accomplish the good, the benefit of other people. Not necessarily what they think is good, but what is actually best for them. So that's fairly clear. And of course, it's traditional to end any text with a dedication. And of course, here it's saying that dedicating virtue is one of the practices of the Bodhisattva as well. So it's fitting to end it on that note, just like in the, Bodhicharya Avatar, they end with a chapter on the dedication of merit. Here also they're ending it with a verse, which is on the dedication of merit. And of course, in the last, the postscript, I guess you would call it, you get the traditional humble act, which says, my poor intelligence and lack of learning. Of course, the reason how he got the name Thogme is because of his intelligence and knowledge of Buddhist philosophy. So it's a kind of a humble act here, because he really was a very learned person, not only a great saint, but a very learned person. You know, Thogme literally means without I think it means without obstruction, without obstacle. And it means that his intellect was without any kind of obstacle. So if I remember my Tibetan correctly, which is doubtful at this point. So I forgive the faults such as contradictions and non sequiturs. This is more of the humble stuff, of course. And of course, he's got a second dedication of merit in the postscript as well, become like Chenrezig. And it's interesting that the whole text is, it starts with Chenrezig and ends with Chenrezig. Homage to Lokeshvara, which of course is Chenrezig in Sanskrit, and it ends with Chenrezig. So Chenrezig, of course, is the Bodhisattva who most is the embodiment of the love and compassion of all the Buddhas, and so it's suitable so that somebody who was talking about the Bodhisattva vow should begin with a dedication to Chenrezig, and end with it as well. And it says he's living in a cave. I wonder if that's literal. So Thogme, but an exponent of scripture and recent living in a cave. I imagine those caves in Tibet are pretty cold. I don't know how long he was living in a cave. I thought he was the abbot of a monastery, but perhaps I was incorrect about that. Maybe Lama could explain how he wound up in the cave if he wanted to. I don't know. That's all I have to say. Sorry for going on like that.
Very good. Thank you. Yangshin, can you translate that for Geshe, please?
Thank you. 아니, 공기 가르침slana 단단한수 가라 상기 라야 말았더니 칼로 찬주선까지 디 냠린은 탐자로다 디게 디지 다 탐자로 라고라다 간다 냠린은 켈린도 잠바 탐자고 쿠라 원디 디스무스 시게 디치들 칼레시 야 간다만다 카라 로지치글이야 디메도체 아니 到罗子这个dim 아니 샴페인디 종을 지메 토니시니 디 야 디뜬 거라다 아니 원디 인도 잠바 원디네 카레 디뜬도 도스 간다마당 안솔라 카레 안가란솔가 지거바 김센도 디 간자 뜬리 도스 아니 디젤리아 카레 탄다 라렌 속든 사사에 제가지 와쇼로가 시스타 아니 원딜라 디송스 카레 콩기 니 카레 니기 지 카레 마시 돌라 단텐디 로스타 하코마슬라 로스타 진논주 로셔레나 돌라 니기 마시야 도다 안주 돌라 스타 딘데 디송 아랑스타 니마가지 도 인두 삼바 아랑스 냠충 체데는 니 딘데 가지 뭐 차고 얼마시 콩기 첸리아 통메 인두 삼바 아니 바트코라 카레 개와인 바가지 다 등거도 알느냐 딘드로송스
근데 쇼진이 되게 나이나 가르쳐고였어요. 그게 단다 버니그 송바나시 전에 코 케바레 코 문에 송야 돼 노요 말에 투요 말에 상상 안줘야 돼 상고 들어와. 다 이나 코기 돼 송야 돼 가르치네 송고여서 상고도나 시당 코란이 산지그 송다 산지그 송비게 사모 람지 림바다 자체에 람지 림바스야 돼. 띵 사보 자첨보 히차보 띵임바 송상 뭐 간디지나 때 렐한도레 삼산라고 돼 히라 메덴존라고 치.
And then this is Gishi only listened till the humble act like how he was saying like intellect and then lack of knowledge and all those things Gishi was saying like even he felt the same way like how you felt but then since like he's a great scholar yet the reason could be like how the Buddha's teachings are like really deep, right? So that could be in a way of implicating so that people won't take like, oh, this is so easy, like not in that way. So even if the great scholar, like the one who is advising us, is going like implicating it in this way, then us, the one who's learning, could like despite like how the teaching is deep. So like in that way, that could be a reason. And then let me continue. Thank you. 아니 디젤 공기 칼송슬라나 가리 때문에 간절로 좋아도 student 알아서 당분간에다 디 라렌 소빈디 고주디 체제대 진리실라 땅라 안소아지 딜라마지 체제대 땅 아니 타마딜라 마죽디디 아니 상마 진리시다 춤받는 신신이다 안디로치니 가래 딜라체 체골라디 잠바 베인도 호도스 고데 진리시니 주주데 진리시니 계송스 안체리실라나 알아서 chanju semba nanglo ki ni khara chamda zewa gaji di ngo chenyi gaji di indu zamba ani pe lembu dus khajin nang anzu ki chanju semla ni di shadu zamba chigyora pe dang chini tende chini pe lembu du la sha goi jere sin zuya da tende rolin ani ki stoji di songs khara doji la thagu na shu la ni anzu tha nanglo shu la ni ende ro stingra
wemba tense dro
wemba ten la wo mare kongi di chamdu zamba tha nanglo shu ro
저렇게 말해.
간다만다 차나로를 쉬어가지 디강 컨디션스 like 딩거스랑 차나 슈니 테디짬레라고 그래야나 코랑기 하코야시는 것이 통해 상부딩하는 주권데 카도 지겨 덴데롤은 곰바니야 안데롤은이야 롬니 강도 지니야 중교도 디 삼수 이나야 차가지 디 컨디레스
네네네. 디게 데브디 마트리 점만 줄었는데 게 세포 토마스데. 단다 이게라 코리샤다 가르서라 담보 곰체 안에 되는 줄라 맞다 담보 퇴삼체 안에 되는 곰루 냐네 나게지 인타주 인사르야.
칼라오레 곰루 냠네데 차나 쳇라오레다
다디 다나 제르 생마르다 제잔 딘레지 팔렌 제단 리고르 다디 다스 콘소야 타군다오 진 딘데나 코디도 나라 세포 쉐 메세 왔다 간다 단다 디 이케인다 단다 디 버니게 도나테 탄테 할레페 야보레샤티 가딘 체크에 다 코시탄 틴 서버 잠데게 드레도 단다 디 송로아디 go jinrezi ne chöje che jud jinrezi dan dabo ji yongwa hyo se la se de kollo le hyo pa da de ngone taran re sho jine jakku ninje hanzu pancho shana pe mo se gorwa tin bason da jinrezi de shamba da tsewa da ninje ka la re se ta de taran re bani ke te hyo cho son so pe kadin che
Thank you, Bernie, for pointing out like how it is interesting. Like the whole thing began with generosity, the Bodhisattva of love and compassion, and then how it ended with generosity as well. And then regarding the one living in the cave, Gishi believed like he did not encounter with this one, so he like he wasn't sure like where you find that verse, and then like he doesn't really know, like he doesn't have anything, like no comment on that one. Mhm.
Okay. Geshe?
thank you
Okay. Thank you, Geshe. Thank you, Bernie. So let's ask Kunga. Do you have some comments, questions that Kunga you would like to ask to speak about?
I had a comment. I just liked in verse 36 how it came back to the instruction, whatever you are doing, ask yourself, what's the state of my mind? I think that's really important. I think in myself, in my own practice, I notice that a lot of times I have habitual thoughts about things that are going on or judgments about people. And as soon as I realize that, since I'm aware of what's going on in my mind, then I can do something different about that. But it's always like a sort of a habitual automatic thing that I'm working against, and it's so important to just always ask yourself that question. Thank you.
Thank you. Kongi di sumsodu kaungdili ya jingnoya yus kachin lana di ya ngarang sula pat kora gochu dune sun nani susu gi chawa khari chediyo ne susu lo lani nam kare kulung shiorada samnu khari drotan gu dumi dula yashda dilpe kechin bore shat kachin ngarang su chidang chani nyiri la chaju pedang re tendechi komshi gi namba chini zamzam rang shingi michi la ya kandilor 카리니 누가 철로 레디아도 샤 콤시기 모토니 카리니 레시라스 오데 소소기 로디 라 지시디 체데나 아니 야고도스 아니 원디기 카라 누가 디졸 남사 안데치니 두철 둠다스 아니 원디 숨스
다가라래 투체나 준도 된다 해기 된바인 송소알라 준도 송소아 준도 세데타 먼저 인지 카드마스나 every day anywhere what is on the chat ta kawa ina ganso one ganso tonggo야 돼 ngaranso susoke temba da hegin de susoke semba de yapo tong segore 가르쳐는 semba de yapo tong tuba ina semba de sanu duwa jile sonane duwa rea samsa tong tuba ina duwa ge jesu dogo maranga jo ane sem ke koiju go wo ke lunga ke shawa de le go gorwa te imba somsa sem de la dapo japtuna ane sem de ke koiju yapo ji ke thone lunga ke shawa yapo ji yin bare lunga ke shawa yapo ji yun sa shin je la ran la phengare yen la phengare so kanji la mune ya ti yung go gorwa ane ya chesa le che ba ina samje ko komba duya lo ndo tu go re te imba somsa ta brother kunga ko somba na shi tagarang re sti kadin chen ngone thane ta tagarang re
Kunga's like explanation is really very true, and then wherever like anywhere we are or every day, like what we should keep an eye on is always our mind. So being able to like identify the negative like thoughts, then we won't do that bad deed, right? And then being able to identify that good thought, then that would also process like into happiness and all the things. So with mind and action comes. So with good actions, it would be able to help like ourselves as well as others. So keeping an eye on our mind is really important.
ngadi nembe chi hyo wache tanda brother kunga soma na ye ganto Hindu dewa ke chunju chembo na la karason yore sana tada senge lamchete rada dana thamje ta senje nyawe soma ta jema de yin simbo na sende jibu taba yin deda thanje taban ju sende jibu to yin deda thanje to an ju so song re semje lambo tam ta na jiba thanje menju hi gewa thanje lado ons tende song ro ta de yunde one tane sen le hiena me ba che sen hidel hinja che che tende ji jongba yin chen xin che la da dang sen ge da lang bo che da hiena ji ba se ju ra de so yu ya yo ma re song wa da ni na ni ji bo ku ge song wa da
Okay.
dun je ki hiena da ji hiena cha bo da ji go mong bo yo deng la pa mong bo yo deng so mong bo yo deng da yama zu da tende ji do a ge si tende ji yo ba ina yu dang yu ba ina hiena yo ma ra kan da sham chu ge sen yo deng da sen ta da bo ja tu ding ji na
Another thing to add is just like Brother Kunga stated, Shandi Deva had also mentioned in Chunju Chemo like a verse where it says, if we have a really like a peace and a calm mind, the fear of ghost or the fear of like towards tigers, animals, or those weird things like which our imaginations could bring, so we won't be scared of them, even if the one which we imagine, like the figure, if even if it's like close by, yet we won't be scared as long as we have we like as long as we are being able to control our thoughts and our mind.
我等一下嘛，这个季节，当那 brother 公告了研究的给才有劲了，当那地区有了哇，当个本地个松下的，扎铺了都先上去，扎铺了呢，我去他们上报给，我去人情铺都叫我送了的，对了的意思，并且，对个人送过的是呢，空里给，我去他们上报给，假设让的说的送上给3年就有了哇，对我去人情铺设的上班呢。 푸세 된다다 푸세야 지어와 어 된데 임바 손다 이게 간소 이게 풀래 지어와 딜러게 괜찮으셔
헐 어디?
데 코랑 단다 마 빼차 조차도 타들이요래 랑게라 펜페 돈도 룬다 리파마이 쯤바 토메지 무추 린친 푸도 자와 게오슬라
뭔데 컨트롤인가?
제가 무추 린친 푸세야 지어와 자푸랑 고고 말해지 간소 룸발란다다 푸세야 지어와 이게 불이라야 지어와 어 된다 오지 코레타 간다 산이 되게 자세 란두 소디 송사 그 산에 데 가와레서나 무추린체 푸세야 돼 델송 인 송거다
꿈과 아시티로 갈래. 뭔데 전부 제스다.
다 그가 걸레다 다라 이게 쳔메 단다 초로 라 찬조들에 따다 싱겔란치 테스데 다라 이타 제틀라 차서 딘두스
And then Gishi stated if Brother Kunga has anything else to add, you may continue. And then meanwhile, Bernie's that one, the living in cave one, Gishi thinks were you referring the one like where the place where like he had written this one is like the Ngulchu, that's a place name, and then over here it's like the inside, like how like the northern part, southern part, how we generate a region these days. In earlier days, or like in Tibetan, way of differentiating a village could be like the inside ones, and it's like the inside, the middle part, the outer part. That's how they go, and then the term for the inside one, which would be like how caves are like inside, like deep, right? That's how like it could be like a same meaning way, but in a different
Okay.
way. Like the reference could
Okay.
be different.
Okay. There are two translations that we're working with, the one that Lance shows and the one which was uploaded to our website. And the website has the phrase in a this was written in a cave in Ngulchu Rinchen. So it just could be an error by the translator. I don't know.
Yeah, according to Geshe, he said Ngulchu Rinchen is like the place area, but then like the inner side of the Ngulchu Rinchen.
Okay. So
something like that.
yeah, unless he was doing a retreat, that would make sense to be living in the cave.
Yes. Geshe said he was a really great a Bodhisattva who also like does retreat, like meditating on these practices. So yeah, it could be. So he wasn't really sure as well. Thank you.
Well, very good. Thank you, Kunga. And now I'd like to ask Zara, do you have any comments or questions that you would like to share with everybody, or ask Geshe any questions that you might have?
Yes, thank you. Sorry. I had a question for 36. For accomplishing others' purpose through constantly maintaining mindfulness, does that mean that your ego, like you're so empty of your own, does that sensory desires that you are so mindful of what someone else needs that you can see that whatever, like through like if they need like gentle words, they need you to like say something nice, or they need you to offer them like a cup of water or like a pat on the back. Is that what like it means practically, where you are not, when you're around someone, you're so present to that other person and attentive because you're not in your head thinking about your own things, you're listening and paying attention, that you're able to really respond to the person in front of you, whether it's through kind words, some kind of kind action. I want to understand 36 just practically, like day to day, like if I'm around other people, like what does that mean really to accomplish someone else's purpose?
Okay, thank you. Sumsoduk dilas kare ngarang suta rangi sem di nyekap chinda shi jundu tenda shishin denpa yi leido. Tan namsha gyundeni tenpa da shishin lani endro le du samba da nganzu tadi ngas nyingre la langlen tara yugyo le do shira. Kanda shini chayre special shana ani zamzam mi shenpa ta mi nyam duke jero shi ani shiu tenpa da shinshin le paju chodil kari goya du do ta ani dilpa ina shinshin paju chodil tora rosh kodana tora maya do dendri la chenggo res yana pesha tang nganzu mi shenpa jing nyam duke jero shi du zamba susu nyingo ra la sha 아니 미샴바딜라 라렌디 타 아주파 게샤파 렌티 디잠바니 상보도 타니 게자 잠부도 시잠부도 뭐시 엔드로라 청고레다 간다 니레레도 추 자라 유교도 뭐 친니 숨소도 디간지 숨로낭스
자라기 최선 좋아데 냥가던데 송데 그래 빼면서 본도 투제 체스 아니 단단가 ngaran ka sano tangdan ro chi yoro ta nganzo mi chelo japa se war ta nganzo mi lo de jar se war ta shata yonda da che pa na jal hal deng rezun chi yungo sa ta man che wa ja na lo re ta kanda lo ja la na malana lo ja de la sano chi tamba no lo chi la sano ta dus lo chi se na ma se na nam thu shir wa ngaran zo yaka gunga tyanga chika se adarwa ta lo chi de dusma sano taun de habu sungjal ha ka che na habu sungjal ha tere ndo din he bana nganson rotang de sano chi tan de paina ta nima chil kar chi ge me te kal dong yang po chi jagu ngana so me che se yorwa nima chil kande chin rugu yona ngaran so shebu tamba de so go son yore ni sha chu chi ge nyane kande she gu me se de ta nima ta daily routine se jo nganzo inji na wo tere ta chajing ke shego na wajira ta kare nganzo tisi ya manjuwa tan chogruwa ya ka gunga le pa be da konse yimbe ka da konse ma yimbe ka da de khatula ta kanta ja manta ja ngando ke cheshu de kar tong go yore sena 샤와 녜바데 ngancholo guguyo mare 샤와 zambo de guguyo re 샤와 녜바다 샤와 zambo ni de kawa yungudu tadu zambane sano gu tone leyon gore sano yawa kina 샤와 yawa leyon gore sano ngewa kina 샤와 ngemba leyon gore ma jagu sana ma jabi 샤와 leyon gore kuma jagu sana kuma jabi 샤와 leyon gore loyen jegu sambaina loyen jebi 샤와 de leyon gore wa tsum hago samsa ku kunong yimba de lesuna tsum haya da de leyon gore wa dende yimba sunta chezang ta temba da hijin ka kartongo gore sena monkey mind lagdwa inji ke tanda de piuna yi ke semba se anote se chagi chuge jene kawa chungge ro chigido kawa dedo chigido ta de abo tonya dere kanda ane tanda zara ko somba na ki mala kecha ji hedu robo ji thudu ina ya tambo ni ne kecha mangbo he ma ya sa na ro chi kecha mangbo he na ta ngam so non chu de le ngo do ane ya po da bo he ana bo te ane kan he ba te ya thoma ni ne kuno mili cha cha che gwa nya na che gwa khol chun ji je gwa khong ngo sa ji pi gwa samsa tende ma yin ba no ane shawa ji du na tende ra re tende ji ke thone ke sen la da bo je gwa de ke chim bo tho dos ta jundu chese ya de tende kan la ta kanda sem de ge chagin ro de karating ro che ge do tel ya po ta go ya de jundu tenda higin ge ta go ya de tere di hasta kanda
Okay, thank you, Zara, for your question. To me, like us human beings, like today are considered to live like up to 100 years, right? And then if we think about it, it would come down to like 1 year, like what we are doing. And then if we think about that 1 year, it would come down to the 4 seasons, like spring, summer, autumn, and then winter. And then in the end, we really need to check on like our daily routine, like how we are spending a day in our life, because every day kind of rotates like the same way. So by focusing on that, it would be really great. So basically, what we need to look out is we need to do the good deeds, right? It is all based on our thoughts. So with the thoughts of stealing, we might steal like thief and all these things. So the mindfulness should watch over the monkey mind, like those thoughts which we like, which keeps going in through our minds. So we shouldn't like if we are in a crowd, we shouldn't talk too much so that like we might harm them with our words, right? Without our intention. So controlling our thoughts is the most important thing. And then looking at our status of mind is also very important, like our intention or like what is going on in our mind. So that as long as we are being able to control it, then we would be able to come out with a good deed or like so controlling basically like in a day-to-day life, I believe like able to like mindfulness should be like watching over our own thoughts. Something like this. Hope that I answered.
Okay, thank you very much. Of course, if there's any follow-up that you'd like to make, that will be fine. Um, Larry, are you with us? Would you like to make a comment, ask a question, make an observation? Well, maybe Larry is not with us right now. We see his name. So I would like to say a couple things, and maybe so if I can, I'd just like to say that Geshe mentioned joy, and I think it's through Geshe's joy of the 37 practices that has inspired me personally to engage in the 37 practices in a way that I haven't done before. And I've studied this several times, many times, received teachings on it, read the text and so on. And I'm inspired by Geshe being able to speak about this without any notes and thoroughly be able to discuss each phase, each aspect of the 37 practices so roundly and so completely comprehensively. So thank you to Geshe for being able to communicate to us like that, and that what we're seeing is that we become on the Bodhisattva path as soon as we recognize that there is a path and that there is a system by which we can engage in that path. And I think that being with Geshe and having him speak to us is a demonstration of what that is. And to whatever degree we are on that path, we all have our different lives and so on, and we all have our karma and so on. And we can be a layperson and be on that path just as well as a monastic. A monastic has a great commitment to that, and a layperson can too. So I thank him for that. I have another comment I'd like to make, but please, before that, Yangshin, would you share that with Geshe?
Thank you. 아니, 랜슬라기 카리송슬나 딱 기시기사 된기 말한소 라렌 디게디 냠렌 체디 잠바 디기 당알니 텐데로 송소스 대화 초라도야. 아니 텐데 인도 잠바 기시기다 라렌 디기 대화 초야 디규디네 아니 말이야 로케로데 총송 아심슈로 파송스 말레 라렌 디강레야 롭종체라. 아니 돈도 기실라기 카라 알아서 배차레 가리고실라 mikta 먹어에 토니 라렌디 참아 빠트코라 추규규로 겨라체 아니 디강 데셰다 참아 짜상 차상 술렉보도 친 두교 토니야 안데 데셰갸 투 안데로체 다강다만 베투지체스 딜레지스이랑 유스
Geshe.
아니 기제들이야 아니 셴바디 컨트롤 차슬나 다 말한수 키시다 단다 파베람 렌다 간다 찬주셈기 람 렌다 람디 줄레 콜라다 기제 셰디도 잠바 아니 람디 말한수 기타 응스 통투 다 람디 야도지 하코투나 아니 냠린 셰도레 덴디돌렌 땅스 직 통투나 아니 마 라렌도다 디 리더스 아니 단당 안에서 기실라냠도 언데 야마도레 덴데 초두도 쳐야되게 디가지 벤츠도지게 몰을 쳔도고레스 아니 나랑서 참말 수수수 레왕킹기 그 교단디 로로하도레 아니 근데 칸나 유교디게 딜라 나랑서 틱팀도다 월도 디셈바 추조가지 차와페야 망아도 쉬어때 이나 나랑서 미규마이네 아니 칸델로 추초라 차와디서 체 야부도에 두도 스톨라니아 덴데도 송스
Tagarang Kadicham.
Very true. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So before I make my last comment, I see Larry has turned on his microphone. If you'd like to turn on your camera, do you have a comment or a question that you'd like to pose, Larry?
No, I'm happy to just sit here and listen this time.
Okay. Well, thank you for joining us. Your presence has been wonderful. Thank you very much. I know what this means to you as a longtime Dharma practitioner. So Larry is a Dharma brother for many, many years. So thank you, Larry, for being here. So then I'd like to point this one question out, and that has to do with the three spheres. And the last number 37, it speaks of, it says, in order to clear away the suffering of limitless beings who are in samsara, through the wisdom, realizing the purity of the three spheres, to dedicate the virtue attained by making such effort for enlightenment is the Bodhisattva's practice. So these three spheres have come to mean several different things. And it all depends, in what context you want to look at it. But I think that, primarily, I think that we talk about the three doors. We talk about the body, the speech, and the mind. And the body, speech, and the mind there can be ordinary, our ordinary body, speech, and mind. But also, it can also mean the pure body, speech, and mind. And this is what we endeavor to be able to purify our ordinariness to become that extraordinariness. And it's there all the time. It's just a matter of our recognition, of our being occluded or blocked up by our misconceptions and our emotions and so on. And when we clear them away, what we see is we have a pure body, a pure speech, and a pure mind. And we're inspired by the great masters and by the meditational deities and so on. So another way of looking at these three bodies, or rather the body, speech, and mind, is to look at the physical aspect of our lives, the intellectual aspect of our lives, and the spiritual aspects of our lives. That when we see that we can clear away that negativity, that confusion, and so on, what's left is that pure physical nature. This can be pure for us. This can be a Buddha field for us. Our intellect can be pure. Our activities, as expressed through our intellect, can be pure. And our spirituality, of course, is already pure and just needs to be released from the bonds that are holding it up, the blockages, the obstructions, and so on. And then we begin to recognize higher levels, the higher spheres, where we talk about the desire realm, we talk about the desireless realm, we talk about the formless realms. So we can see that there's layers, there's levels to be able to recognize these three spheres. And in the discussion that we've had with the 37 practices, we even expanded on that a little bit more by saying there is the actor, there is the object of the actor, and there is the activity, the action of the actor. And so we are very much involved in this purification process to recognize this, to see this all around us as pure nature. And it's our mind that blocks that up. And it's our mind that can be cleared, that can be cleaned, that can be cleansed, that can be purified to be able to recognize that non-objectivity, that clarity, and so on like that through these practices of the Bodhisattva. So thank you very much again.
Mhm. Thank you. Landslide da tanda sumsobdin korsum gandilia kisi majikshena lasha. Ni sumsobdin di kyor ni tidar zumbe dube gewa nam taye dowe dunye seje chir ani korsum number tabe sherab ki chanchu ngwa ge selani isle sungudas. Tadi nanglo liya ani korsum di la nganzu ki nguen do li na korsum la shisha dang loga loga do chinda kanda kongri karila ina dilpa peshani ni korsum di ngo zindang loga loga chin zingo dos. Tande chaliya da korsum di nganzu ki gosum kanga tsusha na dires lunga yisum la niya. 아니 가시면은 배차서는 다 고숨 강 추샤니 아니 가랑수 미규마 디게 디가제니 르가 이숨까지 자주다 디게 상마다 배차서는 간줄 코스음니 다 당보로 마시로 디체 아니 디젤이야 아니 자주 디게 상마 추장마스 렉투스 컨트롤 장마스니 야 코사마스나 야 토두라 다 세시제 딜두라 세제마로딜라 ngāndi shinta hā kō tuyā gāji nā dīgē dīche 아니 kāchina nā ngārānsu tōgtō tā shēpa dīgē dī kā dī yō kēn rūrā tā lūngā yūsūng gāji dīgē dī kā shā dī zō rō kēn kēni wān dī chēni chāchū dūgā rō dīgē dī chā gōrās ān kēsi tā dīgē dzāng dzāng gyāng rō chāshan nā 아니 yāgu chāirās ān yīnā dzāng mō sēdāng dīgē dī ngārānsu gēgēn tā shīn thāmba dīgē dī lā āndi rō khunzu gāji gyūni āndi rō chāyā yōrēs 양나 컨트롤 ngaranzu gajita samno le shisha na ngaranzu samno di samno le nda mi gaji lupo kang to pe ro shana ni ngara zu chi lupo di la ngo chi zim ani di jam nang ga ji sem di che ni semba nang lo ni ya semba chang ma ro le ni ya sam dang dang ni andi ro lo gal ni andi ro chei dos ani kanda manda ya dro ni ta kanda di korsum di la ni shisha dang lo ro dus ani ngaran so semba di changma do ya cha di sa ba ni do ri thu di ma yin ba che ni di kang li ya do ni khare ande de be ri do la ore ande che ni khare su me ga ji ri do la ni ta kan da khwa ma yin ba che ya khwa la ande ro ji do ya ore 원돌레니아 타간다만다 아니 코스움딜라 시샤단디 바드 로로 두레스 네 언주 니엔딜라이나 베차상가 카레 테모 탐니 디체 아니 테모 탑사 타비 디체 아니 테모 타베가지 탑젤 타베가지 규디 돌레니 엔데치니아 코스움딜레 시샤인 바스레니아 카시 아니 원돌레스타 간다만다 도도다 마랑수 이윤리아 카리 총디 유메도 지겨라 하kwaidi zozo lodi togores lodi changmasu lodi ani khandelota thangbo changmasu ani dilepat pu thabo changma disu andiro chinini di chaya yoreslen tenisons
tape sonda ninji po hyorata nelu topi hera madena ngenju chanchu sengla gomsheja sibi tsawa chepa munupi teshe tende topi thalambe sonrwa jase chambo amarda jangwe lama tsongkhapa jerambo che tende imba songza ngone nilu di hingore togore seya jora sem di hingore seya te brother lens songa de nyanga terare ngarang zo tsama di pena ngarang zo ge mambo ji tata de machine ne ngarang zo norje thuji ne me yawa la duwa la yawa thong se himba la mahimba thong mahimba la himba thong zupo la nenge de la menenge thong menenge de la nenge thong tende chene golo mambo tse dewa de ngarang zo ta ji pde 데발야 ya to 시대지 제운데 때 하고 되게 도왔을 다가랑 레스타 다가랑 투지체
thank you brother Lance for explaining this in a really beautiful way. And then also, Rinpoche had also stated like the importance of having a very clear mind, like how we would be able to see things truly. Like otherwise, we would misinterpret. Right? Sometimes, like we recognize the good of others as bad, and then likewise. So, which is why it's really important to have like basically to see all around us, like our mind should be really clean and then purified. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So are there any other thoughts that anybody has with the 37 practices?
I was going to ask Geshe a question, Yingchen. In his daily practices, like his habits, does he stop and check in with his senses and like intentionally say, what do I hear? What do I smell? What do I see? So nothing with his mind, but actually intentionally the outside environment, but the other senses where it's part of his habits and his daily practices where it almost requires you to be present, super present, so that you're not spending too much time in your mind, but that you're actually paying attention to the other 5 senses.
Okay, thank you. Genshige zaral tuashtu ani gishla gaji nire gaji khandala already lawlen dige di nanglulia ani soso gi lawlen dige hop kan zamdo shane ani ngarangzu gonga lawra ta supu mare amjo khoya do da dende do shebanga lawar khalar kana ka shora nge gi khari thonggu dulaya do sha nge khari chima khai du tolani dige dile ya 가시나 뭐소야 딜라 출려고라 간절라오다 가나만 딘데가 강라 안 투즈로 스탄기여스 로할니
간데스 양조 찔러다 상노야 포스탄지
가나서 니레까지 라렌디게 디낭로라 마스타 라렌 사말로기 조조디 삼당디라 안 호트강 출레니 나고 티마카이디 티마카리 카이 둘라도단 지겨라 아니 미기 통하디 통기 둠도 졸레니야 뭐소 dile chu dile le ora ma samno rang nang lo zu te yo marwa wandi chen
tape zarape mese butto chenas 참사나 당이 잠보시 거다 참사는 먼저 자제지 건 실로 또한 로데도 미기 잡도록 통고에 상황들의 레로치기도 있어라 참사나 사카나노라 칼라사데디 미티 속 삼발디 니마 민로 삼사다 속멘로 삼사 된대야 용거도 아니잖아 참사나인데 사카나 레운데 잠바네 나랑초 칼라사마사 파라데와다 데도와라야지 요당 무보다 된데 통선은 양감소랑 이게 제바지 레용도 스테다 냠들 육군조세데 요코란 함수다 라파데라야 사노지 레용도라 텔레파베 코랑 니루 참모데라 사노지 레제나 사노 땅 사노 미타사질 데제나 사노 타타던데 용도 스카레 가레간소 아네 데 마임바체네 ngaran choke chara somba nashi zambulin ke mekeda chewa chere chese ta anan zambulin ke sanju yadu karina te teso sama nyenge yo tag yo tona pete yos ta techi re na te nashi ke chara somba nashi khala re ta kanda ngaran cho gongi ke shepa re teso nganjo ranji mitsama chila yundi ke yore te telpa be ke te ki yang khorang ge towa nyamdan dag mare ma to chi 신용 그 차는 먹을 수 없고 기타한테 집바 임바 손자 잡이 차대 망보 효래 했어라 단 간solum 티지 세월 가르세월 티진라고 지 잡저라고 데 가르치기 위해서나 다 준제들 상로 효 당고래서 간조게 카르카투들 가르치엔 되바다 가르 네그 카투들 지 힘바세야 존라고다 그이나 장바세야 존라다 수속 되바 요바세야 티칸라 주기가 말했어 티 준제들 풀어야 티세 가르 용구 예매 단 준제 야조 같이 용구 예매 텐델 따네네 지 샤와 가르지 제단지 제바이나 데칼 잡자지 자치 그래서 다티 제구예요 그래서
Okay. All right. Thank you, Zara. There are moments where I believe, like people might think, this monk could be like mad, like crazy, like in that way, because sometimes when I go to restaurants for food, I would be lost in thoughts, like very deep thoughts, thinking about like stuffs and all. Then I would be like lost in thoughts, and then I would keep staring at like certain points, right, where I would be lost in thoughts. So also, and then I also try to look onto like what's going on around as well, like the news updates like daily, and then what's happening around my areas and all these things. And then since I am a human being, so I also feel like we all might feel the same way. Like, anyways, we are all kind of same, right? Yet, yeah, one second. Sorry, excuse me. And then what I am more cautious would always be the result. Like Gishi for example, when he go to restaurant for food, I don't go on to like based on my cravings. I would think of the end result. Like sometimes if you wanna eat something spicy, you could think like it might give you some gastric problems and stuff, right? So that's why I'm always on. I always think about the end result, and then might decide based on that. So yeah, this is how he does it.
Thank you.
데 자라기 소마나 히체네 시당 알아서 넘버 최 징에 되게 텐다 희긴 바요게 소소 가르치기도 따스는 송으로 왔단게 자세게 랑라 랑에 되소게 도나 강도 쥐랑 제제자 랑그 셈제 네가 쩐다 히스 아니 준도네 텐다 희긴 바요게 따네 아니 데 제송 여러 다 데나기 간소 미세게 잡아야 보지기 타바다 탄지 집에 랑라 럭비 인생에 간소 메다마스네 틈다우지 렌사르바 틈다지 렌사도 미세게 양안 소소소소 샤라 제고야 망보지요레스 도체
Like Zara said, like in the 36 verses, we should be mindful of what our thoughts are be, right? So, yeah, so as a monastic, we have vow to certain rules, and then I believe like as a monk, I have like many rules that I need to follow. Mhm. Yes.
Does anybody else have a comment or question? Okay, well then, in behalf of everyone, Geshe La, thank you very much. We make this kata offering to you. Thank you very much. Thank you. This has been most extraordinary. I'd like to say that it's not often that we have such an opportunity like this to have such an intimate conversation with a master like Geshe Larampa Jampa Chodo. And remember that he is a Larampa, which is the highest of the Geshes. And his freshness and his candor and his presence with us, his honesty and being able to share with us as a human being is priceless. We don't have this opportunity very, very often, and it's wonderful that we do. The only time I've seen anything like this in any kind of film has been actually with the Dalai Lama and the many different films that we've seen with him, the documentaries that he's been present in, and so on. So, Geshe, thank you very much for this. This has been very, very special. And I know that you and I and Yangshin are going to talk very soon about a next opportunity we have to be able to have a discussion like this with our group, because this has been so rich for us. We would like to ask you to join us again. So we'll think of some topics and discuss that. So thank you very much. And then also, it's a very special week because on Wednesday is Geshe's birthday. So as an offering, along with the kata offering, we should greet him with a birthday song. So if we can all sing together, if you all can turn your microphones on,
Yes.
and we all can sing "Happy Birthday" in our tradition
Yeah.
to Geshe. Happy
Happy
birthday
birthday
to
to
you.
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 Happy
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 birthday
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 to
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 you.
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 Happy
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 birthday,
birthday, dear
dear
Birthday,
Geshe.
dear
Geshe.
Geshe.
Happy
Happy
birthday
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 to
to
Birthday
you.
to you.
you.
thank you very much
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, thank you. Do you have any last words that you would like to say, Geshe?
uh, I would like to say appreciate you all, my all Dhamma brother, Dhamma sister.
Mhm.
I feel very, I am very lucky
Mhm.
because to meet you all. This is my lucky because I feel very happy to when I discuss with you all about Dhamma practice. It is my my that is my delicious food and that is my delicious drinks. Yeah, the other food is drinks is no different, not mine. I I feel happy, which make me practice and discuss about the mind. We thought
Mhm.
change. That is that make me very happy. So I would like you say thank you very much.
So sweet.
Thank you. Geshe, thank you very much.
Uh,
And Larry, you have your hand up. Would you like
Yeah.
to make a comment?
Yeah, I was just wondering, are we meeting next week?
Yes, well, we'll definitely meet next week, and we'll think about a topic. But right now, we'll definitely meet next week. Yes,
Will Geshe be there?
we'll have to talk to Geshe about that.
All
So,
right.
so I'll let everybody know as soon as possible.
All right.
And I want to thank everybody. I want to thank Brother Bernie, who has been my brother in all of this, and Buddha Practice Dharma and the Medicine Buddha sanghas that we've had and so on, together with TMC and Dharma Surya and so on. So thank you, Bernie, for being present all the time. And Kunga, the same to you. I know that you're very busy and that you have your sangha up in Michigan. And so for you to take time to do this is very wonderful. Thank you very much. And Zara, thank you, who has been my Dharma sister and who has reminded me of so many good things and so on, not the least of which was Geshe's birthday coming up. So thank you very much, Zara. Thank you for everything. And Larry, thank you for joining us. And I've been joining Larry's group on Wednesdays, every other Wednesday. He has a small group where they have a book discussion, and I've been joining that, and it's been very, very good. And if anybody has time that you would like to join that, it would be very rewarding, I'm sure. So everybody's welcome to that. And Yangshin, thank you especially because of your dedication to being here for us, doing all this hard work of translating in two languages back and forth and so on. It's been like you've been the center of being able to have this communication. So thank you very much. It's wonderful, and we've all grown together. So it's been magnificent. And just to remind everybody that Yangshin is the niece of Geshe. So it's wonderful to have you all together and be here. And we look forward to the next time that we're all together again.
Yes. Thank you.
So Geshe, would you do you have something that you would like to add?
yes. Thank you.
Please.
What Brother Lance explained about Yanchin. Also, I want to share with you, Yanchin is very important in my life. Because she is lived with me. When she was 19 years old. Yeah, she is very she is very, very young. And she followed me, and she helped me very full. She cook me, and she drink my favorite food and drinks, and she wash my clothes, and that her young time.
Oh, so sweet.
Also she helped with me and our monastery, old monks. She helped translator and going to hospital, and going to bank. My old friend monks, they cannot speak Indian language and cannot write English. So Yanchi is very grateful me and my monastery.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, I also our this Zoom group very helpful me and Yamchi, because Yamchi is translator between you or me, but also she can also she get the knowledge from you and me. She learned about Buddhism in this Zoom group. That is what my one focus. So thankful all my experience foreign what is foreigners laura kala worga shamai ti sije ngo tandaron so konso muritle.
More like Western.
No, Western. Yeah. I want to tell you your experience. Share with Yangche and me. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Yangchen, would you like to say something?
I
Yeah.
don't have anything to add.
Aw, yes.
Yeah.
You think you're wonderful, and your translation has improved over the last several months. I just wanted you to know I can tell you've gotten so much faster and more efficient. So you're doing great.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You are. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Also, I feel you your white scarf because you showed white scarf. I feel your white mind.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We should-
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Mm.
So, would you like to do recite dedication prayer, please?
Okay. Shantse watan chöje xiapa jeso yerang kuixi sowan gewa chungze daki chasapa tamje zobe shanchu shengo gamre rawe kowe hinkamso pendang dewa malu njowe ne jenre ziwa tinzi janso ye xiapi sinti pado tembar hyo tuchena.
By this virtue, may I achieve omniscience by defeating all enemies, confusion. May all who travel on the waves of birth, old age, sickness, and death cross the ocean of samsara. Bodhicitta, the excellent and precious mind. Where it is unborn, may it arise. Where it is born, may it not decline, but ever increase higher and higher. I pray that the Lama may have good health. I pray that the Lama may have long life. I pray that your Dharma activities spread far and wide. I pray that I may not be separated from you. By the virtues collected in the three times, by myself and all beings in samsara and nirvana, and by the innate word of virtue, may I and all sentient beings quickly attain unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious enlightenment. Om, Ah, Hum. Om, Ah, Hum. Om, Ah, Hum. May my body, speech, and mind become inseparable with the body, speech, and mind of all the enlightened ones for the benefit of all sentient beings. Tuksheze, thank you very much.
Ujeche.
Thank you. Geshe, do you celebrate your birthday? Are you gonna have a birthday cake on Wednesday?
No interest.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, and you have to take a birthday cake to him.
Yeah.
Oh, Sheila.
Well, thank you so much. We hope to see you soon again, very soon.
Yeah, thank you. See you soon. Yeah.
Shin, thank you for all of your energy and love. Thank you.
Thank
Of
you.
course. Thank you.
Bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye. Good night.
Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.